So many girls and young women say, oh, I didn't know that was a viable career. They don't even realize it. Partly they don't realize it because you can't be what you can't see. I wanted to become a pilot for a long time, but for most of my early life, I didn't really think it was possible. So my first flight in an aircraft was in 1962, and I was 7. So I do remember it. And it was halfway across Canada. And I was very excited, and I remember saying, I was with my parents, and I remember saying, it would be so great to grow up and be a pilot. And my father said something like, well, don't be silly, girls can't be pilots. So there was that attitude that women just didn't fly. So years went on, and I got married. I had a good job with the bank. And one day my husband came home and suggested, he said, you know, my dad and uncle are pilots. Let's take up flying. So we did. And within a year, I'd quit my job, left my husband, and was working as a commercial pilot. When I started flying, well, soon after I started flying, I realized that my vision was going to prohibit me from flying with a major air carrier in Canada or America. I did have an American commercial license and a Canadian airline transport license. And my vision isn't terrible, but it's sufficient to prohibit me from flying in a large air, with a large company. And I liked what I was doing. I loved charter flying. I liked float flying. I liked scheduled service flying. But I found myself less interested in going to work. It only takes, you know, so 1 or 2 digs every day, and you sort of feel like it's that classic death by 1,000 cuts. Like, you know, just one little expression of, oh, you're a pilot, you know, or what are you serving for lunch today? On the surface, those people don't mean anything, and they're really very innocuous comments, but it reflects the attitude that that pervasive attitude that women shouldn't be pilots. It doesn't take long to get out of aviation, and my grandmother went in a nursing home, and on a whim, I went on vacation in Mexico, and on a real whim, I decided to move there. So that's why I got out of it. Maybe that's how I got out of it. Why? I guess because the just the continuing frustration of being a lone female pilot with really not many other females around. I was amazed, really. Maybe I shouldn't be. I was I guess, a very naive 24-year-old when I started flying, but it just didn't occur to me that I would have so much opposition. And it would be flying the aircraft was the easiest part. The difficult part too was always feeling under constant scrutiny.